They finally implemented after 5 long years, almost 6, they finally made it so you can craft multiple at a time. Oh my god.
How have you
Hello.
Today, we'd like to introduce the Animal Crossing New Horizons Nintendo Switch 2 Edition game.
We have mouse controls.
Switch 2,
Interior decoration, my greatest weakness. Okay, but I love the dresser that they have.
Controls when creating custom designs.
Oh, finally.
Or writing messages on the bulletin board.
Oh, finally.
Lolly, look at that. She responded.
What?
It's a useful item when you want to find your island residents, even if they're around the corner.
Oh, I love that. That's actually really cool.
Up to 12 players can meet up.
Me and all my rich homies.
With Game Chat on Nintendo Switch 2, you can chat with your pals
all the
while
other
playing.
Nintendo Sims. All 12 of us.
Like
I love
this.
and hate that. I feel like if you're doing like an island tour, like that
way
could
you
be
can see
cool,
your
but
friends'
like
reactions while exploring your island together.
I don't care. I don't care if they're fishing, you know? Okay, real talk before they get into the rest of this. Let me make a confession. So I don't know if I've talked about this before, and if I have, well, you get to hear it again, so congratulations. But I love Nintendo, and unfortunately, I spent way too much money with them. So like the background is back in 2020 when Animal Crossing New Horizons first came out, I either I got the Switch more or less because of the game. So to begin with, my first ever Switch, which at that point was pretty much you could just have the gray Switch or you could have the red and blue one. So I was like, okay, we're going to have the fun colored one and we're going to get the red and blue one. So that's what I did. And I got Animal Crossing New Horizons. So my siblings also wanted to play the game. So I hooked up my Switch console to the TV and then we all, shared this island and used my Switch. And then I kind of was getting sick and tired of my siblings being on my island. So my older sibling, they ended up getting their own Switch console. I think at that point, it was just the Switch Lite that they got, and then they got their own copy of the game. So they had their own island, completely independent of myself in the game, because I got like I think I got I don't even remember if I got the digital copy originally or I think it was probably the digital one. And then I was so tired of still having my other sibling on my island that I was like, you know what? I have adult money. I can spend on on getting, if I'm going to kick my sibling off my island, at least I can be nice and give him a Switch Lite and also a copy of the game. So that's what I did is I got them that. So so far we're tallied at a Switch Lite and then 2 copies of the game that I pay for. And then soon after they released the special version of the Nintendo Switch, that was the maybe I can find it. Let me get visuals. So then they had the Nintendo Switch Animal Crossing edition, and I was like, "Oh my god." Like a mint green and like a teal blue, like pastel. That's so cute. So I got another version. So I bought that and I was like, you know what? We can justify this. We can justify, let me double check that you're seeing what I'm saying. We can justify buying a whole nother Nintendo Switch if I give my sibling who I bought the Switch Lite for, if I give them my old Switch and then I have this, and then my other sibling who has their own money also bought themselves this. When it came to trying to get this, my sibling, my older sibling who has their own money, was like, okay, let me reserve 2. Canceled the pre-order without telling us, and so we ended up not being able to get it. At that point, scalpers had swooped in and like upcharged the wazoo of this console, which is like $300. We had reserved these 2 special edition Nintendo Switches, and I knew that scalpers were going to have the fun time, and this is also, which is still currently kind of a problem, but you hear less about it. There's also a chip shortage, so the special computer components of the device, there is not enough manufacturers making them, and then also the US was like trying to give the middle finger to China and making it harder to get more silicon chips for electronics. So beforehand, I think the PS5 came out earlier than the Switch, this version of the Switch, and so they were having shortages and then having issues with scalpers because A, they didn't produce enough, B, they didn't have enough of the chips to actually put into the devices to then make them. And then the other thing with this one is that people were just buying more than they should have because they wanted to make a profit. They're like, "Ugh, capitalism, let's buy it and then make it super stupid expensive." The prices here are still mostly around 300-ish, but like they were straight up like $600 at one point, and that was crazy. Does it still have drift? Yeah, it still has Joy-Con drift, so that's fun. Um, but I was like, "Oh my god, I have to have that because A, it's so cutie patootie, and I don't know if there's a" yes, and then on the backside, it has this super cute, like, details. I was like, "Oh my god." Oh, and you know what's funny is I did end up getting a pink Switch Lite, partially because I was like, "You know what?" I was like, I wanna trade with my own island, I wanna make it easier for me to get all the different kinds of fruits, and, like, when Red has his boat, I wanna be able to get more of the art and not feel like I'm, like, stealing from my siblings, um, and trying to get them to help me. I'm like, "No, I'm gonna be selfish, so I'm gonna buy" so I'm gonna buy a Switch Lite. And so that also meant that I needed to get another version of the game. But this time, my sibling with money was like, "Let me buy you another copy of the game because I know that's what you want." So in total, me personally, I bought 2 Switches and 2 Switch Lites. I think the Switch Lites are like the fact that I don't even know is sad. It's like, "Why don't you know? Didn't you buy it?" I'm like, "Yeah, but A, it's been a while, and B, I haven't had to think about the price of it." So, they're about 160-ish. I think 160 sounds about right in terms of, like, what I paid for them. So yeah, I got my sibling the boring gray one, but that's because there wasn't very many options at that point, and then when the coral one came out, I got myself the coral color, um, and then my other sibling has the yellow one. So, in other words, I bought 2 Switches, 2 Switch Lites, and 2 copies of the game, but including one of my siblings, altogether my household. And this is all I would like to say it's not all entirely because of Animal Crossing, but, like, pretty much the reason was it ultimately boiled down to Animal Crossing. Because like, did I wanna play Pokemon? Yeah. Some of the Pokemon games, yes. But was the deciding factor Animal Crossing? Yeah. So I so in total we bought, because my sibling with money also has the Switch, the special edition, as I kinda implied earlier, so we We got a total of 3 and 3, a total of 6, and a total of 4 copies of the game. That's a bit of money, 300 each plus the 160 and then what, like $60 for each copy of the game. I don't really want to do the math, but my editor might. The editor's me, so I might. So anyway, and then when the DLC came out, I was like, you know what? I've spent enough. I can show some restraint. So then you may be asking yourself, hey, you just implied that you already had the Switch 2. Why do you do that? Well, guess what? I got the Switch 2 because my friend was like, you want to play Super Mario Kart or whatever Mario Kart together? I was like, yeah. And her implication is that we'd play on her Switch 2. But then I got an email that was like, hey, we just dropped some more. Like, they're available if you come this day. And I literally waited outside the store like a nerd. First time I've ever done in my entire life. And I was like, you know what? Worth it. And it hasn't been worth it because I pretty much just played Mario Kart for a little bit. And then I realized you can't watch YouTube on there. I mean, they might have updated it since I've looked at it, but like I watched YouTube on my Switch because I'd put it on the TV. So now I'm like, I don't really put it on my TV and I can't watch YouTube. So what's the point? And like some of the other apps like that, you couldn't, like, it didn't cross over. I'm like, that's stupid and dumb. Okay. So anyway, so I have it, and part of it was also because I heard a rumor that they might be making a new Animal Crossings for the Switch 2, and I still have hope, but I know that I know that stuff and things can be a little bit delulu. Let's get back to the announcement.
There's a new facility opening on the pier.
They have blue roses just casually. I still don't have those.
It's a resort.
Captain has a family. Captain Universe has expanded.
Their goal is to work together.
Ooh.
Check this box to see which items to craft. Once you've gathered the necessary materials.
Honestly, whoa! They finally implemented after 5 long years, almost 6, they finally made it so you can craft multiple at a time. Oh my god, finally. You don't just have to spam mash buttons. And another thing I was gonna say is it's nice because like they have like the hot item of the day that's worth a little bit more money that you can sell. I never do that. I never even check that. I'm like, who? So it's nice that in this case they have a similar system, but instead you're getting tickets that you can use to buy items, which once again, like after a certain point, it's not really gonna be worth anything to me.
It's
probably,
time to
but
get crafting.
that's cool.
9,000 items. And
let's go, hoarders.
Now you can even store trees, shrubs, and flowers.
Oh, that makes me excited.
Whoa! Lego items, including furniture and fashion items, such as a sofa, a table,
okay, I kind of
wallpaper,
let me be a hater for a minute,
and more will be available.
Like,
they come in a variety of colors, so mix and match to find
I'm no longer a
combinations
hater.
like.
There's something charming about the really classic like Lego look, but like
The Zonai authentication crest, Triforce.
I'm a
plus
Lego
other
botanics.
furniture and
I'm Lego
fashion
art
items
kind of gal.
inspired by the Legend of
I
Zelda
love the
series will become available by
stones.
tapping compatible Legend of Zelda series amiibo.
Oh,
In addition, newly added
Tulip's
characters
so
Tulin
cute.
and Minoru can
And
visit your island.
Minoru. Oh, I love deers. Who would have
You can also
guessed?
invite them to
Who
come
would
live on
have
your
guessed?
island.
Oh,
Of
but I
course.
love that. Ooh, and the fairy lamp.
Island, January 15th.
I might end up getting the DLC. I feel like potentially if I were to do Animal Crossing on this channel, it would probably be to show off my island be like, yeah, I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer girl. Welcome to my island. Except I'm a bit of a shame because I don't have those blue roses. So yeah, I think that would be the only time. So just be warned. I love this game. But I feel like it's kind of a lot to slog through otherwise. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.